Let's talk about data. Let's talk about storage. Let's talk about beyond storage and the things that Pure Storage does and will continue to do to help implement these various capabilities.
Thanks, Luke. I have to say, first off, it's very, very good. It's a great honor to be amongst this group of CIOs and my colleague Lalisha from Splunk. I retired from the Army 10 years ago, and we were struggling with something called big data, trying to leverage data as an operational asset. And really, if you think about it, information technology exists to enable us to make better, smarter, more effective decisions and deliver better outcomes with the enormous quantities of data that we can collect, analyze, assess, and off of which we make decisions that drive policy, drive our missions, and help us maintain a more secure nation. We've witnessed some tremendous evolutions in the last 10 years. We thought we had big data in 2013. Who knew it would be this big? So what drove me into the field I'm in is how do we service and manage data at enterprise scale, at government scale, or now that we're in space, at galactic scale, in order to enable us to be more effective. We've seen a really interesting set of technological evolutions over the last 15 years or so. We went from floppy disks to CD-ROM drives, Blu-ray drives, USB sticks. All right, if you think about that, the evolution of data at the very capillary edge of the edge has gone from a 1950s or 60s technology to a memory-based technology, and at cost points that were, tremendously better. You got good, fast, and cheap, which you can only do anytime you have a technology transformation. So over the course of the past year, what I think I'm most proud of is the evolution of data systems designed to address the low volume and low velocity performance parameters for enterprise infrastructure. We launched our 75 terabyte direct flash modules last year, which gave us the ability to put multiple petabytes of data service capacity in a 3U or a 5U form factor. This is unprecedented. It drives down the cost of data by 95 to 98%. So it gives agencies tremendous benefits in terms of performance and sustainability. And we're going to see that continue over the course of the next couple of years as we go to 150 terabyte drives and 300 terabyte drives. Just let that sink in for a moment. A 300 terabyte disk drive. Well, not disk drive, really a solid state drive. If you can deliver that capacity with performance parameters that are previously unimaginable, but make it ubiquitous, make it accessible, you fundamentally transform all the enterprise infrastructure, whether that's in the cloud or on premises, everywhere around the world. Now, the funny part about that is it almost becomes invisible. You get much better performance, much better sustainability, but you don't really realize the transition happening. I always point to people to flat screen TVs, flat screen monitors. And it was only 15 years ago, everybody had a CRT on their desk. Your monitor was like 2 feet deep, and it was only like 17 inches wide. Now you've got 30-inch monitors sitting on your desk, and they're almost paper thin. They consume about 95% electricity, less electricity. But you don't really notice the change because you're still interacting with the technology the same way you always have. Smartphones did the same thing for us. I only carry one device with me when I travel anymore. I don't have a camera and a GPS and a phone and a, because it's all in one device. So that technology transition, that displacement of memory-based storage systems displacing hard disks is actually now upon us. The only thing we'll probably really notice is, number one, it's going to cost us a whole lot less, and everybody on this panel has a budget that they're keenly aware of, a limited set of resources that they get to deploy in order to address their agency needs and missions. But the other thing that the end users are going to notice is that everything got a whole lot faster, a whole lot more stable, a whole lot more efficient. And the operators who have to deliver this technology are going to have a much, much more efficient day-to-day experience as they are able to deliver, transformational data services at petabyte and exabyte scale in ways that we never before were able to deliver on. So we're living in interesting times. Flash-based systems have now hit the same cost points as disk-based systems. So a 20th century technology is going to, gradually transition over the next couple of years into still having a role, because it has a role. I mean, tape isn't gone, paper and ink aren't gone. But we're going to see a fundamental shift in how we execute our data services and the material with which we execute our data services across, really, for the scope of this panel, across government. But really, if you think about it, it's going to be across humanity. So that's the thing I think I'm most proud of. And we're getting to the point now where we can deliver data at cost points and in capacities and scales that we never have before. And that's good for us.
And